Hey everybody, welcome to Trendy Trading. You came here to check out how I trade the neutral strategy, and I really appreciate you being here. Let's try to make this as easy as possible. I like to go long over the green line. I like to go short under the red line. However, very important, you probably did not notice this, but I have these banners up on top of the screen. These are all proprietary indicators that I use, and it's already telling me based on my levels what trend we are in. So very important. If the trend is extremely bullish across the board, then I'm extremely bullish. I am not looking to go short. Matter of fact, if we were to gap down per se into a lower level that I have annotated on my charts, I'm actually looking to buy that dip at that level. Okay. Very important for you to understand that. Now, if things change, if the banners change from green to yellow or yellow to red, then I adjust and I start to think about the short side, because we are in a bull market, folks. So in most cases, trying to go short has not worked out for many traders. So therefore, I'm looking to buy the dip. But again, it depends a lot on that indicator that's at the top of the chart. So please glance up there and take a look, okay? All right, so the next thing is trying to figure out what your risk is, what's your reward, and so forth. That's very important. So I always tell traders who are on the go, I personally, if I'm in a extreme bullish channel and trend, then I want to stay long as price stays above this lower level here, 471.65. Now, if for some reason you were going short, I want to stay short as long as price does not get back over 475.67. All right. Very important to understand that. Every level to the upside in many cases is either supply and demand or a Fibonacci extension level. So any level to the upside is where we're going to trim. And again, if you're short, then levels to the downside are levels where I would trim as well. Very straightforward. Now, in every case, you should be bringing up your stops. Okay, so if we're going long, for example, let's say we go long on the day and say your stop, whether you're going for a swing or not, what you could do is go ahead and bring this stop up after every target that's hit. Let's say then you hit the second target, then I'm going to bring my stop up to here. Say that I hit my third target here, then I'm going to take this stop and then move it up to here and so forth. Or where you're comfortable. It really depends on you as a trader, right? We're not here to tell you exactly what you should be doing with your money. We're just using the best levels in the market. All right. So we pay attention to the banner, we pay attention to the levels, we pay attention to trimming, and we always pull our stops up to ensure that we're going to profit off our trades. Now, what if you don't have time to pull up the stops and so forth? Well, again, on a swing trade, what I'm looking to do is take a trade on Monday if it sets up, and then not touch it unless I'm stopped out. So basically, I've already accepted the trade. I understand where my stop is, and then I'm looking to take the trade on Monday or Tuesday or whenever it sets up, and then come back later in the week to see where price is. In many cases, you can be very surprised where you are. Now, there's different ways to set this up. We won't go into too much detail about that, but you can literally set up your trades to automatically get stopped out and to automatically trim at the levels that I've already predetermined. Now, again, I'm pushing this out over the weekends, every weekend to my members. I also give them a link so that they can put these levels onto their charts without doing anything, which is really cool. All right, so it makes things a lot easier. Now, there's a couple things I want to talk about. The reason why the neutral strategy is so good is because the probabilities between Fibonacci's supply and demand and so forth, they suggest that in my neutral strategy, it's just not worth taking the trade. And that's what a lot of newbies who are just starting to trade, who may see this, or even veteran traders who may see this neutral strategy, they may not realize how important the neutral strategy is because they don't understand the probabilities. Probabilities suggest that 80% of the trades taken in this box are just not worth it because of potential chop. Okay, so this is why I like the move over the green line and or the the move underneath the red line, keeping it pretty straightforward. Now, what if you don't want to take a trade and not look, right? A lot of day traders or people that are probably watching this video want to make money very quickly. So in that case, if you're not wanting to step away and just let the trade work for yourself, then sure, things are going to work a little bit differently. I want to take you over to the daily chart or a 4-hour chart. In many cases, let's say that, for example, I go long right over this green line, all right, and I don't want my stuff to be under here. I can drill this down into a smaller time frame, and that's where I love to use my EMAs. Okay, and my proprietary script, so these lines that are on here. Basically, what I'd want to do is say, okay, if I take this trade and it breaks over this green line, where do I want to remain or stay in that trade? You could use a 30-minute, you could use a 10-minute 9 EMA, and so forth. But again, I don't want to go into that. At the end of the day, you have to figure out what you're comfortable with losing in a trade. Okay, so always remember that before you take a trade, have a plan. Understand what you'll lose, understand where you're going to trim, and understand where you'll be stopped out. If you have any other questions about the neutral strategy, please reach out to me. And if you're interested in joining our awesome community, please go to trendytrading.co. Another thing I'll tell you, a lot of traders ask me, what options do I use? I like to keep it simple, at the money or in the money. So if 50 delta to maybe 70 delta, no less than, I would say, a delta 30. Again, if you have any questions, please check us out at trendytrading.co. Thank you so much.